Okay, so for those of y'all that missed it, in the last video we defeated them while we were on defense. So they didn't capture the second point. It did go into overtime, but they didn't capture it. Right here, unfortunately, one of their teammates left the game. And I feel extremely bad for them because nobody will just randomly join in. This is competitive. So typically, if you're going to play competitive, be a good person and play to the end. I mean, even if you're doing horrible, if you're sucking, if you don't know what you're doing, at least play to the end so they have an extra body, at least. That would be best. Here, I warped over to the other side in hopes to flank them. I never, ever, ever play this guy. But today I thought I would try it. Thought I was doing okay so far. I was like, oh, I'll just warp up here and then yoink, I'm toast. They had a good setup. They had a good bastion. It worked out for them. I thought for sure our team could benefit from using a Tracer. We didn't have a whole lot of damage output. We have a Pharah, but one of my teammates is using Junkrat. He's not bad. One of them's using Hanzo, which isn't bad on attacking, especially attacking specific points, because you need those people in order to clear the points. If you get set up with a Bastion, it's pretty hard to take him down if you start knocking out everybody, because there's specific entry points into this area. But also with the Hanzo, if you can get your ult off, then you can typically scatter them or clear them at least off the objective momentarily, which is your objective, you know, is to clear them off of it, capture it, move on to the next one. As soon as I died, and after I respawned, I wanted to take a look and see what kind of healer we had. I saw that we only had a Lucio, which is a perfectly fine healer, especially good for attack, it's good for movement, so on and so forth, but it's not sustainable enough for Tracer. Not that Tracer should need a whole lot of healing, because she can fast move and she can get around to whatever med pack she needs, but my team didn't have much damage output as it was. So I switched over to Soldier once again, which worked out perfectly fine for the team.
Someone had to do it. Come here and get stabilized.
Fire at will.
I've got you in my sights. I love the smell of desperation in the morning. I'm on fire.
Objective A captured. Commence attack on objective B.
And stay down.
Two mistakes I made right there, going after Bastion alone and popping my ult when there were only two people alive on the enemy team that hadn't just respawned. So our teammates went ahead and pushed up to try and take the objective, but again, like I told you, we have next to 0 damage output.
No rest for the weary.
So right here, after your team typically wipes, you don't want to run in there, because then your teammates are going to try and catch up to you and help you, but it'll just end up streaming bodies into bullets. That's all it is. So I just popped shots in there a couple of times, danced around, waited for my teammates to get up, and as soon as my teammates got up, we went ahead and pushed.
Found that teleporter.
I've got you in my sights.
As soon as I popped my ult and we pushed through a little bit, most of my teammates went down. The other ones that didn't go down quite yet are being pushed back, essentially. So I just sat back, waited for my teammates to push a little bit more, tried to push up, but that Reaper smoked me in close quarters. Smoked me.
Join me. Knock me down and I'll keep getting back.
God bless good teammates, you know what I mean? At least one of our teammates is intelligent enough to say, hey, chill out, group up,
Thanks.
make an intelligent push into the enemy team. Whether or not it works, it doesn't matter. At least you stopped and took the time to group up. So that way nobody's going in there all willy-nilly. I'm literally running for my life at this point. Thought I'd be sneaky, sit down. You maybe won't see me. Oh, no. I'm terrible at hide and seek. Terrible. The Nazis would have found me. So, we're gonna have to respawn. At this point, I realized that most of their heroes are ground-to-ground combat. So I switched from 76 over to Pharah in hopes that I could lay out a little bit more damage, get ahead of my team a little bit, maybe even contest the point and get them to freak out. Or at least get them a little bit off their game.
Join me if you will.
Right here I'm starting to see a lot of my teammates die. You see quite a few get pushed off the point, killed, It's a very long distance for us to run back to the point. So I'm trying to dance around and contest it. I got caught. I didn't have my thruster pack, my jetpack, or whatever you want to call it. I died. I was the last line of offense. Nobody else was there to hold it. So we lost that round. Sudden death coming up in the next video. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.